Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. The Utah Jazz last night selected Taylor Hendricks out of the University of Central Florida with the number 9 pick in the NBA draft. His fit will be great, but let's look at his numbers from his last season at UCF. 15 points per game, 7 rebounds, 1.7 blocks, 0.9 steals, shot incredibly efficient from the field and 3, and I think he will be a tremendous fit in Utah. So in this video, we're going to dive into his game and see how he can fit and impact right away. To start with the offensive side of Taylor's game, let's talk about his shooting ability. He is an elite shooter, a guy that can definitely stretch the floor and be highly efficient from this area of his game. He shot 40% on catch and shoot opportunities. You can see in these clips he does a great job at moving off the ball, finding open space. And then when it comes to a shot, he does a tremendous job at gathering his feet, having a solid base, great flow all the way up, and a very high release that's hard to guard. We'll see some clips later that show the difficulty of contesting a shot, but overall he has the range, he has the athletic ability, he has the fundamentals, all to be a consistent shooter, and especially when it comes to the NBA, he has shown the ability to stretch it well beyond the college line and be successful from NBA range. I think that this will fit Utah's system. They put up a lot of threes. They love the three ball, and the way Hendricks moves off the ball, he's also able to come off screens, be a pick and pop guy. He fits the variety within Will Hardy's offense. I think he'll just succeed within the flow of the offense. The last thing that I want to discuss with his shooting ability is the difficulty of some of the shots he made in college. The way he's able to gather his feet, rise up over the contest, and have the same shot regardless of not if there's a defender in his face or grill is definitely one skill that makes him one of the best shooters in this draft class and easily plug and play at the next level for the Utah Jazz. Nextly, when it comes to the offensive end of the floor, he's an elite transition threat. We've discussed his athleticism a little bit in terms of how he moved off the ball and his jump shot, but when it comes to the open floor, he's able to run up and down, finish above the rim with authority. He's able to take contact. He's able to finish in a variety of ways with his length and size, and he's great at just knowing where to put himself, which we'll discuss more with his slashing ability. But when it comes to the break, he finds these open areas of the floor, runs hard, has great hands, able to catch and finish these plays. And if he has to put the ball on the ground for 1 or 2 bounces, he is more than capable of doing so. He also has awesome touch around the basket. The way he's able to finish these lob plays, not with authority, but by touching the ball in, having great touch and finesse around the basket. And then in half-court situations, he does just as good of a job at moving off the ball, getting to the rim, having his hands available, and finishing those plays as a slasher. His feel for the game is evident in these slashing clips. The way he's able to understand where to put himself in specific situations. When somebody drives, whether the opening is below them or above them, just to wrap around and have a great opportunity at the rim. The way he just operates off the ball to find the open space and make himself available for his teammates to get him the ball in spots to go make a play. And then he's able to finish these plays off. Regardless of if he's a roller, if he's popping as just an escape valve, he just does a great job at being a playmaker when he gets the ball in these open areas of the floor. Regardless if it means he's getting into his jump shot, he's finishing at the rim, or if he's passing it to a teammate. He might not be the best playmaker in terms of passing ability, but the way he sees the floor, sees the game, and puts himself in spots to make plays happen is what makes him so good, and he'll easily be able to play in the Utah Jazz system. There's tons of pace, space, and moving off the ball. Guys always cutting, playing off of each other, and I think Taylor Hendricks is going to thrive in the system that Will Hardy has created in Salt Lake. To get a feel and understanding for how Taylor Hendricks will easily plug into the Utah Jazz offense, we're going to take a look at Markkanen and see how he was utilized in the offense last year for the Jazz. First and foremost, Lauri was one of the best spot-up catch-and-shoot bigs in the NBA. Yes, he's a versatile player. He's able to put it on the ground. He's also able to stretch the floor. He's an underrated passer. But how he was getting these shot opportunities off of movement, running off of screens, split actions, just being an escape valve, all the things we talked about with Taylor doing last year at UCF, he has shown in the NBA level. Yes, the difficulty of some of these shots with him being an all-star is there. The screening actions, the variety of which he moves around and different things like that are evident, But at the end of the day, I think Taylor Hendricks can learn these things, fit in, plug in, and be highly successful for the Utah Jazz. The next level of Taylor's game that I'm excited to see him develop is being able to put the ball on the ground more, attack, and create plays for himself, which is one reason why Markkanen was an all-star last season. Now to go to the other end of the floor and talk about the ways Taylor Hendricks can impact at the defensive end. First and foremost, his length and athleticism allows him to be highly versatile at this end of the floor, and you can see in these clips he does a great job at covering space, making plays happen, contesting shots, and then sometimes if he gets the contest, he's able to contest the shot with a great closeout, stay in his stance, and guard his yard on the perimeter. We'll talk more about individual defense later, but the way he covers ground, contests under control, takes guys out of their rhythm as jump shooters is a big reason why he was highly impactful and seen as a top 10 prospect in this year's NBA draft. The defensive versatility, explosiveness, and playmaking at this end is massive, and it's seen through his ability to cover space, close out, and make those plays. And then when it comes to the individual side of things, you can see that he does a great job on the interior. These clips here, he's guarding the post, he has one hand active contesting the shot, he's staying in front, staying low, not getting pushed off of his spot, he's being physical, he's strong. Yes, he's a little scrawny, but I think over time he's going to be able to put on weight in a good way and be able to take these bumps, take these hits, and be even more effective on the interior as an individual defender. But the way he was able to do this at college, he was getting attacked in these ways because he is scrawnier, but he was able to hold his ground, stay solid, show his strength, and also still be able to use his quickness, athleticism, and length to make plays happen. And he was just as good, if not better, at guarding guys on the perimeter. You can see in these clips he sits in a stance. He understands the length that he has, and he's able to disrupt passing lanes, disrupt driving lanes. Just because he is there, he's out wide, active, making plays happen at the point of attack. His lateral quickness is there. He's able to stay in front, and if he gets beat, he has the length and athleticism to recover and make a play happen. Not many guys have the ability to guard both inside and out as good as Taylor Hendricks. He will come into Utah and be one of the most versatile defenders on their roster from the jump. The way he guarded on the perimeter last season was so cool to see, and honestly, I think the most valuable part of his game. The way he's able to guard inside and out, make plays happen. We'll talk more about the playmaking next, but you can see as an individual defender on the perimeter, he is disruptive. He's active. He uses his physical tools to his advantage. He never does too much. He's always solid, stout, and fundamentally sound as an individual defender. And then when it comes to his true greatness at this end of the floor, it's his playmaking ability. He's a tremendous shot blocker, averaged nearly 2 shot blocks per game, just under a steal per game. You can see, though, the thing that makes him so good is an off-ball defender. He has a great feel and understanding for when to help, how to help, and playing without fouling in these help side situations at the rim. You can see in these clips the way he comes to the rim with urgency, the way he walls up and stays vertical, and then lastly, he has tremendous timing and understanding for when to contest the shot to go up to block it or just to stay vertical and try to make a shot tougher around the rim. Utah drafted a special player at 9, with Taylor Hendricks' floor being a solid 3-and-D wing and his ceiling being an all-NBA two-way specialist, being able to shoot the three, make plays off the bounce, and also guard anyone at the other end of the floor. But last night, Utah also drafted Keyonte George, who solidifies a young, explosive, exciting core in Salt Lake City. Will Hardy, a young head coach. Markkanen, a young all-star. They have a lot of pieces moving forward that can make them one of the better teams in the NBA for a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something about Taylor Hendricks and his game. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.